What's up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to show you live how to talk to every single type of person possible in real estate wholesaling. Really, what I'm going to do to you is basically give you a crash course on live conversations. Now, you might say, Zach, you already talked about how to do all this stuff on the previous videos, and that is true. But this is a little bit more different. This is where a lot of you guys are going to get out of your comfort zone, and we're really going to get in the nitty gritty. These are going to be real life conversations, real role plays, real mock calls, real, talking to other people, talking to me, myself. We're going to have live conversations today. And really what we're going to do today is break out of your comfort zone, have you starting to speak to sellers and knowing exactly what to say, and really developing your own script. This is going to be completely different than a lot of stuff we've ever done on this YouTube channel today. And it's going to be pretty exciting. I think it's going to be really fun and amazing. So guys, if you're getting any value from this video, just do me a huge favor and smash that like button and subscribe. Helps me out, helps everyone, get our reach out there to most people. So smash that like button, subscribe, comment below your questions you got, and we can help you out. But we're going to break it down today exactly. You know the drill. How to actually talk to your sellers the right way. We're going to break down actually how to talk to your realtors, cash buyers, sellers. We're really going to break down everything's free scripts today. And maybe if you guys want to hop on, we're going to do some role plays, see how you guys talk to sellers and see if that's the right way or not. I have found a lot of people listen to my scripts, the way I say things, and they change their methods for it, which is not a problem. But the biggest problem they have here is when they do that, unfortunately, sometimes they do it in the wrong way. A lot of people don't know the hidden connotations when you're speaking to sellers, the little nuances where those role plays and things are going to be really important today. Live cold calling, everything today. So we're really excited about that, guys. We're going to break this all today. Really going to break down how to have the right live conversations with your sellers, stuff you got to pay a lot of money to learn. So without further ado, smash that like button and subscribe. And if you're ready to go, ready to get it going, do me a big favor and get pumped up. It's wholesaling time, baby. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, again, they got go. Time to wake up, bitch, get up. Get up. Get up.
Guys, come on. Can you not give me that energy after watching that video, guys? It always gets me excited, ready to go for a live stream. We're coming in on day 28 of the Real Estate Wholesaling Challenge. This is the last week of the challenge. Next week's going to be a little more normal for live stream schedules like that, but this is exciting, guys. So I'm pumped up today, guys. We're on day 28. We're ready to go, guys. If you don't know about the Real Estate Wholesaling Challenge or where you're at or what you should be doing here, go to the bottom of the description. There's a playlist on there if you're watching on YouTube where you can actually go from day one all the way there, or just go to freewholesaling.com. So we kind of broke down what we're going to do today. Let's kind of break down everything. So here's my quick legal disclosure. Obviously, we got to put the cute animals on here with the legal disclosure, so it's somewhat cool, right? So I am not a lawyer, realtor, financial advisor, guru, CPA, anything like that. Please seek legal and or professional counsel before doing anything. I decided to do animals wearing frog hats. I thought that was kind of cool. I thought that's pretty nice, but yeah. So let's kind of break down, guys. The first thing when it comes to our scripts, we're going to recap our scripts today right now. And then we're going to do a little bit of role playing. We're going to see exactly the right way that I have conversation with you guys. You can act like I'm the wholesaler. You're whatever you want. We can do the entire thing. How I talk to sellers the right way. A lot of the nuances on there. You guys see me do live cold calling, but not really much on the live closing sellers, realtors, cash buyers, things like that. So I think it's going to be a really, really cool shift than usual on here. So let's kind of break down my cold calling script and guide just so we can get a little bit of a refresher. I always think it's really fun when I tell you guys what the cold calling script is going to be, and then I ask you to do it, and then you guys do completely opposite, and then some of you guys fail at it. And I'm like, well, why didn't you follow the script? They're like, oh, what? Guys, this is the script. This is the one you should be studying and using, and this is the one I recommend. You know why? Because it's simple. Guys, when you keep things super complicated in real estate wholesaling, especially your cold calling script, you fail. Once you complicate things, you're going to forget that crazy complicated script you have memorized, and then you're absolutely going to fail on it. So do not be doing that. Do very simple ones. So what is my script? Basically, number one, hey, are you the owner of 123 Main Street? Number two, are you interested in selling? Let's repeat after me. If this is a super complicated script, are you the owner of 123 Main Street? And are you interested in selling? We're going to break down objections at the end of this too, so don't worry about that. But everyone gets really complicated on this. I'm not making fun of anyone, but like I've had people come up on these role play type things and they said, oh, well, my name's Zach and I work for a hedge fund investment corporation and we're here to put, guys, come on, you're losing people using the word investor, hedge fund. Those have negative connotations. They're not going to do well with the sellers. That's how a lot of y'all are failing out here. So don't be doing that. Reverse drawing for dollars. Pretty simple. You know, hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question. Please call me. And then you just put your phone number on there. Just a little sticky note on there. It works really, really well, guys. I'm telling you, it works very, very simple. Basically, you know, they answer you. They call you back. This is basically what you say. You know, hey, I was driving around the neighborhood and I want to know if you were looking to sell any properties or sell that property. Me and my cash partner are basically looking to buy more houses in the area for cash. Most of the time, they're going to say no, have a great day, and that's fine. But sometimes they say yes, and that's a really good real estate wholesaling deal. That is basically our script when it comes down to that. Next part's SMS text blasting. To a point, I've given a lot of scripts at freewholesaling.com. I don't like giving scripts out for SMS because everyone uses a script, and then the script turns really bad. You got to switch scripts usually every 100 texts, most likely. I use the spinner token, so each one's completely different. That's why I use batch. Basically how SMS text blasting work in here, you want to invoke an interesting response and they basically hit them at the end there of what you're looking to buy. So basically was it, all right, I don't think I didn't write it in there because I didn't want anyone to copy it, but like what's a good SMS text blasting script? I'll give you a quick example here. Basically a really good SMS text blasting script is basically, hey, I was driving to the house and a quick question about 123 Main Street. Is this John? ? The reason I asked that is because there's over a 90% chance that someone's just going to say yes. Like, what's this guy's question, right? Huh? And that usually gets a yes on the SMS text blast right there. Very, very key you do that because how the SMS algorithm really works lately is if you can actually go out here and get a yes response on your SMS text blasting, if they say yes, I'm telling you right now, if they say yes for that deal, for that text, whenever you text them next, the carriers usually won't block that. So if I just did a cold text out here, you know, hey, my name's Zach, I'm looking to buy your house, you know, all cash, blah, blah, blah. It's going to, the carrier's not going to let that one through. It won't even be delivered. Here's the cool part though. If I did a, hey, this is Zach, I'll drive around the house. I have a quick question about 123 Main Street. Is this John? You're going to get a very good yes response. Saying to him, hey, I'm looking to buy your house cash. That won't get flagged most likely. And it works really, really well. So it's very powerful. Definitely the type of SMS scripts you should be using. You guys should be using batch leads, code Zach for your SMS text blasting, get 50% off of it. And you use the spinner tokens where every text is different. I have all the tutorials at freewholesaling.com. I'm telling you, very powerful stuff, guys. That is my script for SMS text blasting. Bandit signs, pretty simple. You know, you stick those little We Buy Ugly Houses signs out. You got to ask them the 4 questions when they call you. Motivation, condition, time frame, price. Basically explain you're looking to buy properties cash. One thing you need to do is you have to verify their information. Not a lot of people really do it the right way. You guys need to verify information because bandit signs, you don't want code violation going up your butt and stuff like that. You're not doing anything illegal per se most of the time, but you just don't want to be giving your information willy-nilly, things like that. So guys, at the end of the day, when it comes to marketing for wholesaling real estate, though, if I can do one sentence, the point of marketing, right? What's the point of marketing, right? The point of marketing, the end goal from marketing. This is what I tell all of my VAs when it comes to cold calling. This is it. Ready? It's just getting yes. That's it. Like people really overcomplicate this thing. The point of your marketing is to get a yes. That is it. Nothing else. You have to get a yes from your seller. You're basically what marketing to a point is, it's basically qualifying. Basically, at the end of the day, that is what wholesaling real estate is. You are just qualifying sellers. You are qualifying. That is the point in wholesaling real estate. You are just qualifying, trying to get that yes. The point of marketing is to get a yes, or, I'm looking to sell, or I'm interested in selling the property. That is the point of our marketing efforts. The point is just going out here and getting yes. Now, remember, guys, once you get a yes, just go straight into the 4 questions. That's really how a lot of these conversations go. And if you don't know what you're talking about, just kind of think about the 4 questions and it'll help you out a lot. So just remember that, guys. Like, once you get that yes, that, hey, I'm looking to sell the property, go to the 4 questions. And again, I get asked all the time, what's the 4 questions? Motivation, condition, time frame, and price. So my face in there. Cool. So let's break down all these like one more time here really quickly so we know what to say. Motivation. Hey, Miss Scheller, why are you looking to sell the property, right? Very, very important. Next one here is condition. What's the condition of the property? What is the house looking like? Does it need any work on the roof? Does it need any repairs if I buy it? Like, where are some issues on here, right? Time frame. When are you looking to sell the property? Are you looking to sell the property within a month, a week, a year? Very important to ask. And then lastly is price, how much they need to sell the property for. This is very, very important, y'all. I'm telling you, you got to get the price and basically get a ballpark range at worst on what they want to sell the house for. That works really, really well. Next part here is basically setting the appointments on the real estate wholesaling deal. Again, very, very important, y'all. Setting the appointment is very important. There's specific scripts you have to do to actually set the appointment. This isn't a script for the appointment. We're just going over everything. But really recapping a lot of this stuff. But what is setting the appointment? So setting the appointment, really, I'll break it down here of what to say, is when you're talking to someone, they say they're interested in selling the property, you got to get that appointment ready. This is what you say. Basically, hey, when are you free for me to go buy the property, the house, and see if it's the right fit for me to buy it? Do you see how in this conversation, I didn't go out here and say, I want to buy your house all cash right now. When can I go see it? Let me go see it right now. Blah, blah. Guys, you have to chase the seller. They have to chase you a little. You don't want to act too eager with the conversation there. And it's very, very important because you want to act like you have multiple properties to see in changing markets like we're having right now. Like, it's very important to be doing it like this. So remember, hey, when are you free for me to go buy the house and see if it's a right fit for me to buy it? I've always used this script when setting the appointment, and it works really, really well. Doesn't show I'm too eager. And honestly, it gives very good responses very well. The way I explain it, it is very simple. It is very non-threatening. A lot of people like to get very threatening with it. Oh, I need to see it now, or like very assertive. I keep it very simple, just like I'm buying a car. Just I'm going to go see if I can go buy it, see if it's the right thing for me, right? If you're doing virtual wholesaling, to a point, you want to verify the condition and then close them to a point. Basically, you want to verify the condition of the property. You want to verify some of the comps you have. Usually call them back and condition them too. So very important for virtual wholesaling. You condition the seller, get the condition of the house. Sorry if that's too confusing for you guys. And then we just basically go in the close there. Y'all know the virtual wholesaling guidelines too at freewholesaling.com if you got any questions for that. So what is conditioning the seller is another question I get asked all the time. If you go through the acquisition stuff at freewholesaling.com, it is all in there. Get some water real quick. But conditioning the seller, guys, I tell everyone you need to be conditioning the seller, and it's very important. It's probably one of the most important things you can do in real estate wholesaling is conditioning the seller. The point here of conditioning the seller is making sure they are here to make a yes or no decision on the real estate wholesaling deal. If you don't condition the seller, you're going to get the worst possible thing when it comes to closing a deal. And what is the worst possible thing when it comes to closing a deal? Is getting a maybe. You either want a yes or a no from the seller. We are not here to force someone to sell their house with us, right? We're not in this type of business. Never the right thing to do. You always want to do something that is comfortable with all parties. So it's definitely, that's the way you should get a yes or no on your offer on the deal, right? If you get a maybe or I'll think about it, you did not condition the seller. And I get so many people complaining to me like, Zach, oh my gosh, the seller says they're thinking about selling it to me. What should I do? Oh my gosh, this happens to everyone. Guys, this doesn't happen to everyone. This happens when you don't condition the seller. You must condition the seller. So what is conditioning the seller? Basically, conditioning the seller is basically calling them a day before the appointments or when you're going to see the property and basically just saying this. Hey, Mr. Seller, before I go and see the house, I don't want to waste your time or my time. Just seeing if you're ready to make a yes or no decision when I come over tomorrow, if you're ready to sell the property to me, yes or no. I usually just look at the house once and basically make my decision right there. I don't play games. I keep it really simple. So, Mr. Seller, are you ready to make a yes or no decision before I go to the property tomorrow? If they say, I don't know yet, or maybe I have to think about it, or my wife won't be there, don't go on the appointment. I only go on appointments, or my team only goes on appointments when the seller is conditioned to make that yes or no decision. Because once you get that maybe, time's going to kill all deals here, and you're not going to be successful on it. So it is very, very important, y'all, that you need to condition your seller in real estate wholesaling. Most wholesalers don't do it. I don't understand. I just don't understand why they don't do it. I give this information out for you. I don't do it for my health. I do it to help you actually get real estate wholesaling deals. It makes no sense to me that some of y'all don't deal with it, but whatever. So we go to the appointment, right? This is the appointment. This is how we do it. Ready? So what is the appointment? How do I get it done? How to get the deal closed? All this stuff. So the appointment is very important. So when we actually go to the property and get the thing locked up. So basically, how do we do it? Like, we walk to the house, knock, 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 we're ready to go. What do we do here, right? If you didn't condition the seller, you condition the seller right there at that point. But what do you do also? You basically speak to the seller. You keep it very simple. You figure out basically the deep motivations. You really do a deep dive on it. So deep dive on the motivation, why they're looking to deep dive the condition of the house, looking at it. And basically, just go for the close here. That's pretty much the most important part here. You need to go for the close. Also, while you're on these appointments, make sure it's very, very important that you build a rapport. Use the Ford method too. What is the Ford method? Ford method is short for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. Think of that acronym if you're looking to build rapport with the seller. Tell me a little about your family. Tell me about what you do for a living, or what you do for fun, right? What are the dreams? What do you want to do in the future? Very, very important, guys. When you're building that rapport, just think of the Ford method. It'll help you guys out so much in this process, and definitely helped me out a lot too. So let's kind of break down right now closing lines and negotiations. So you guys get the free scripts and everything like that. What are some of the closing lines and negotiations for wholesaling real estate, right? Let's see here. So here what it is. Basically, number one is the low ball. Low ball is pretty simple. This is the one type of closing line and closing tactic right here. But this is when you basically lowball the seller. And this is not my favorite one to do out here, but this is when you're basically like, oh, hey, Mr. Seller, would you take $40,000 for the house? And that's definitely a lowball thing right there. You don't want to be lowballing your seller. It is never the right thing to be doing in a real estate wholesaling business, and not one I recommend. But a lot of wholesalers out here like lowballing sellers. I don't know why. They just do. But it is a closing technique out here if you guys really want to be doing that. Number two is one of my favorite ones. This is basically good cop, bad cop. Good cop, bad cop is basically when you go out here and you act like, to a point, that you're just the good person on this transaction and your partner's the evil, terrible, cheap person. And what you do during this example here is you actually go out here and you kind of pretend like your partner's really bad and that you're really good and you're like the best person ever, right? The point here on the good cop, bad cop method is that you're doing like a trial close. And basically the trial close is when you go out here and you pretend to a point that your partner is wanting to buy it for lower, and then you kind of see how they react to it. So let me give you one quick example of the good cop, bad cop approach here. So the good cop, bad cop approach is when we go, hey, hey, Mr. What are you looking to sell the house for? Oh, I don't know. Okay. Well, I mean, this property seems really nice here. And I was talking to my partner, Rick, and he was kind of talking to me before this. He kind of looked on his computer. He was telling me he was close to around like $115,000 for the property. And then you shut up and you see what the person has to say from there. And the point of this being, when you say that, the seller's either going to have a visceral reaction like, oh, what? What are you talking? No, terrible. And they're going to be upset. Like, oh, get out of my house, whatever. Cool part is they say that. It's like, well, that's what my partner's loco. He's crazy, right? I think we should offer you a lot more, but like, that's what he was thinking. I was just thinking what you were thinking of there. To a point, you didn't offer $115,000 for it. Maybe the seller's like, yeah, that could work. And then, well, that's what he's at. I'm a little lower, right? Like, use that good cop, bad cop technique to get a really good price. That's personally my favorite one. Rick really, really likes the volley technique too. That's another really good one. We definitely recommend a lot of these out here, but that is definitely a very, very powerful one, the good cop, bad cop technique. The next one here is like the volley technique, or quote unquote getting the seller's price first method, right? That's definitely another really good one you guys could be doing out here. But what is this? Like, what is the volley method? What is the getting the seller's price first method, right? So the volley method to a point is, it is the get seller's price first method to a point. It's not the sexiest term in the world, right? But like, basically the point of that is to get the seller's price out of the first. Like, whoever says the price first usually loses. So it's very important we get the price from the seller out first. So how do we do this? Basically, it's like, hey, Mr. Seller, how much do you need to sell the property for? Oh, 100, whatever. Like, let's say the price. Perfect, right? We can leverage that and then go from there, right? What is the volley technique? The volley technique's most likely to a point when they're not giving you a price and they're very rough on it. Usually, if you bounce back how much they're looking to sell 3 times, they get sick of it and they'll just tell you. So what is this approach? To a point, you're talking to a seller like, hey, Mr. Seller, how much are you looking to sell the house for? Oh, I don't know. Well, I mean, if you did know, what would you know? Oh, I don't. Well, Mr. Seller, obviously you have something in mind. I mean, I don't have anything in mind. Well, if you had a price, what would it be? Just think, I don't know. Just think about it, like, what price would work if you just keep volleying to get awkward, they just give you a price out there. Volley method actually works really, really well. A little harder over the phone. It's definitely something in person that works a lot better. Definitely not a fan of doing it, over the phone too much, but sometimes it works virtually too. One extra one I'll add on here is like the dollar bill method. That's definitely a very powerful method. Definitely one I do recommend for a lot of people, but everyone's like, what's the dollar bill method? Well, the dollar bill method actually is, you go to the seller and say, well, how much do we sell the property? Oh, I have no idea how much I'm going to sell. Well, Mr. Seller, would you be okay if I bought this house for like $1? And you do it like laughing. And the point of the dollar bill method here is because you offered them $1. Obviously, that's comically low, right? Like, that's below insulting. Like, it's not even insulting because it's just a joke, right? And obviously, no one's going to sell me a Lamborghini for $1 or a house for $1, right? Unless there's like a crazy catch. But no, I'm not. I won't sell to you for $1. Well, would you let me buy it for $2? No. $3? No. Hey, well, what? Like, obviously, so you don't want to sell for $1. Like, what price? Like, well, 50. That, see, that's how you get someone's price out of there. It works really, really well. It's super powerful. Called the dollar bill method. Very powerful. So let's kind of break down some of the most common objections we get in real estate wholesaling and kind of how to overcome them live. Obviously, there's like 50 of them out here, right? But I'm gonna give you some like kind of common ones out here, some gimmies to a point. But like, number one's when like you're cold calling. It's like, Zach, who are you? What do you want? What's this? What's blah, 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 right? I get a lot of these all the time. Who are you? What do you want? What's your point here? Like, what are you trying to get going here? Like all this stuff. I do get a lot of these all the time, and they work sometimes they don't. So like, what do you want? Who are you? Well, my name's Zach. I'm looking to buy properties cash. Are you looking to sell the house for cash? And you just kind of be direct to them. They're going to try to choke you out with information or just questions, and you just got to stay calm in the situation. One I always get a lot, price is too low, Zach. You need to have a higher price on the deal or whatever. And I get it, right? A lot of people sometimes say that, your price is too low, Zach, whatever, I want more. I actually, when I get that, I know not to talk to anyone anymore, to that person anymore, because if they just want too much for the property, just go with the realtor. Hey, here's like 50 realtors. I bet you got realtors calling you all over. I'm just looking to buy it quick for cash. If that's not something you're interested in, don't want to deal with it. Over 92, 93, 94. I'd say 94. I got to look at the statistics on here. It's over 90%, I know, of real estate transactions are sold on market with realtors, right? And I saw some guru ad the other day, and it's like, over 80% of real estate deals are transacted on market. That's why you need to wholesale it, because you're only doing the 20%. And the opposite truth on this, I'll just give you this, like FYI for, I don't know why I'm ranting, but like, yes, it is true that less than 10% of all real estate transactions are off market. But if you look at properties that are sold for under market value, I will tell you straight up right now, the ones that are severely under market value, ones that are being sold under 80% ARV, is almost 95% exclusively off market property. So over 95% of all really good real estate deals are done off market. And that changes the perspective. I saw some gurus saying that. I just thought it was cute and funny. But if you want the most of the house, just list it with a realtor. I have never lost sleep on a deal where the person wanted too much money. I just tell them to list with the realtor and they go list with the realtor. Hey, that's what's in your, if money is your most important thing, go do that. Right. If money is the most important thing, a lot of people will be doing a lot more jobs that were high in pay that are absolutely miserable. Right. And that's the honest truth. Right. So a lot of people, they want the most for the house. That's not a good wholesaling deal. I want people that just want to get rid of the property for cash. I don't want to deal with nice looking houses that are sold for the highest price possible. Trust me. I got in a whole debate the other day of, someone said making 100K is so much easier as a realtor than a wholesale. I'm like, no, it's not. Okay. But it's insane. But guys, I get that objection all the time. Just tell them, just listen to the realtor. And this is my favorite part. This is my favorite little conversation I have with someone when they give me this objection. Oh, I just need more money for the house, man. And I'm like, okay, we should just list it with the realtor then. Oh, I can't list the house the realtor needs too much work. I just want to sell it for cash. Well, I'm like, well, do you want to sell it quick for cash or do you want the most for the house? And they're like, I want the most for the house and I want to sell it for cash. I'm like, what you want a miracle? Like that's not how a free market works. Right. So of course I want to get paid $10 billion and be on the Miami Heat, but the free market has decided that I'm not a good basketball player and I'm better on sales. And real estate. So whatever, sorry if I shocked anyone. I'd rather be playing basketball for the Heat, making, $100 million a year, dunking on LeBron. But, I would also like to be 6'8" and be able to dunk 360, all this stuff. I ain't no spring chicken when it comes to dunking yet. So, right. Like I just, of course, but no, I don't like, everyone wants everything, right? Everyone wants to, be a billionaire, but no one wants to work to be what it takes to be a billionaire. And to the points like that, you can't have the best of both worlds sometimes, right? It's just funny. But here's another one I get a lot, from my younger people out here watching with me, oh, you seem very young to be buying houses. Personally, as a 22-year-old right now that owns millions of dollars worth of assets and real estate and all this stuff, I kind of laugh at that because I'm like, okay, well, just go to the property appraiser, search this company on here, look at the deeds, see my name's on there, and then get back to me. That's what I say now. Not an ego play too much, but like if someone says, you're too young to be buying a house or whatever, look me up. Oh, shoot. He's bought 10 houses last month here. Oh, I'm okay. Like that shuts everyone up pretty fast. Not everyone has that. I get that. But that's how I handle that objection, quote unquote. If you want to handle objection to a point of you're too young, well, does my age affect if I have the money to buy your house? Does money have an age? Like I always thought that was funny because if I had a cash partner who's going to buy out the property all cash, I have the confidence knowing that my cash partner's got the money. My age doesn't affect it, right? It drives me crazy if people like knock people off for their age. It's so stupid. You don't have to be 80 years old to be buying real estate. It's stupid. I think it's funny, but it's always hilarious to me. But so what do you do after you get the property under contract? Like, well, what's the script for that? Once you get the property locked up, what do you tell the seller here? This is basically the conversation to have, thank you, Mr. Seller. I'm going to go swing by that. So basically you lock up the property under contract. This is what you actually tell the seller on here on the appointment, right? So thank you, Mr. Seller. I'm going to swing by the title company and give this to them so they can run the title as soon as possible. They'll be calling you shortly to basically see how you get paid, some of your information, confirming the title is clear. We're going to be using ABC Title Company off of Main Street here. The reason why I said that first sentence, just FYI for everyone out here, is the point here is I want them to feel comfortable with me. I want them to feel that I am someone who's legit. So I gave a real title company I'm using this transaction. And also very, very important, y'all, I told them the title company is going to be calling about how to get your money, how they wired the check to you, how to get the cash check to you, wire, whatever. That it invokes their curiosity because they really like that, how they're going to get paid fast, cash through a title company, right? Sounds really, really cool, right? And the point is that makes them happy, trusting of you. And then you kind of hit them with a cash buyer partner coming through, The only thing I really need to do right now is just take some pictures around here. Is that okay? Yes. Okay. And before you leave, really casually, you got to say this really casually, Also, by the way, my partner and I are probably going to go by the property at least 1 or 2 more times. Basically just going to plan out basically what we're going to do with the property. Does that work for you? And then boom, that's it. That's how you lock up the deal. Basically get an okay to do 1 to 2, follow-ups through everything. It works really, really well. So definitely works really well. That's the script I use after getting the property under contract and signed. So when we actually talk to cash buyers, what do we say here to actually get the deal done? So let's kind of break down some of the scripts for it. Very, very simple to a point. We're basically asking them here, hey, are you looking to buy any more houses or flipping any more properties or renting? Looking to buy any more of them for cash? Basically just seeing if they're looking to buy more houses cash, you can sell them to them as a wholesaler, right? Have you ever bought from wholesalers before? There's another question I always get asked. What should I ask a cash buyer? This is one I always tell everyone to ask, have you ever bought from a wholesaler before? The last one here is, are you okay with me making an assignment fee on the property, like an actual profit? If you're not okay with that, don't do it. Lastly here, when it comes to cash buyers, basically get a proof of funds from them here and basically see how quick they can close the transaction. And if you're dealing with realtors for cash buyers, this is definitely the next thing you need to be doing. But like, just ask them this stuff like, have you ever bought from wholesalers before? And are you okay with me making an assignment fee on it? That's the biggest issues I always see with realtors as cash buyers. So definitely something y'all need to be doing on this transaction, right? And then basically now we are on what we call game time. So what is game time? Game time is where we're going to break down with you guys some of the role plays for you, some of the role plays for me, see how we're going to have these conversations more or less on it. But those are basically my scripts. So let me recap the scripts really quick one last time and see if you guys want to do some of the role plays on here. Do some one-on-one calls today too. We kind of break down, again, this is basically our script, are you the owner? Are you interested in selling it? Hey, this is Zach. I got a quick question. Please call me. Here's the other script here. Quick screenshot for everyone if you want to be out here and doing it. SMS text blasting right, bandit signs, point of marketing right, motivation, condition, time frame, price. Send the appointment. Remember, guys, this is how we're going to set the appointment. Be very simple, non-threatening. Conditioning the seller. Quick screenshot here if you guys want to be conditioning the seller. I love every single time I do these. If I do a role play, I see a lot of people want to get out of the chat. A lot of people come back in. Kind of funny, but here's the appointment, right? Basically how we're going to go over forward, everything like that. Closing lines, we got those. Common objections, how to get over them. What to do after you get the contract signed. This is definitely a big one. Definitely doing it. Definitely still recapping everything on here. Boom, boom, boom. Speaking to cash buyers, right? Ask these questions and those realtors, and boom, we're here into game time. So, guys, that is it. We're going to do some role playing. We're going to answer some live questions, answer some comments, stuff like that. This is a live show. So, always like enjoying doing that. Quick recap for everyone, guys. We're on day 28. Wholesaling challenge is almost done. So if you guys, I'm thinking right now, I know at least 5 JV deals I did this month with people that got their first deal JVing with us. We got one closing this week, I think for $25K. We helped another guy's first deal last week. That's pretty fun. But guys, we helped a lot of people out. And if you got your first real estate wholesaling deal in the challenge, you want to be a winner, get free years of PropStream, you guys need to email support@flipwithrick.com. So I'm going to say, if winners go email, guys, if you want to win that free PropStream, we're doing this Friday with Rick, so it's going to be pretty fun. Email support@flipwithrick.com. And then we'll be breaking that down. So, so winners, go to email support@flipwithrick.com. Show your proof of how you actually got the deal. I know at least 5 people we've done deals that got their first deal JVing with us. Y'all need to go. Some of y'all haven't even emailed your proof in, which I think is kind of funny. Email your proof that you actually got the deal done, and we'll put you in the winners thing. So y'all can win your free PropStream. There's a ton of prizes we're going out here, guys. If I only get 5 winners emailing me, which we have a little more than that, I'm telling you right now, that's a 2 out of 5 chance to get free PropStream for a year. So if you're a winner, you actually got your first deal with this challenge, email support@flipwithrick.com. Your information, and it'll be pretty cool. Rick's coming back, I think later today or tomorrow. So we'll be all good for our Friday live. Pretty fun. I already did all my traveling for the month. So we'll talk about that on the first. I don't like revealing where I'll reveal where I travel to a lot of the stuff on the first when everyone's back. So I don't ever tell anyone where I'm traveling currently for safety and stuff, but we'll break it down. Some of y'all are gonna be mad because I was in some of y'all's cities, but we'll break it down a little more. But guys, let's kind of break down some live, breakdowns, live one-on-one call, stuff like that. So guys, last most important question I always get, everyone gets super upset at me. Like, oh, Zach, why are you letting people come on here talking to you one-on-one and you never talk to me one-on-one? I know, you know what? I know that you charge those people 10 grand to learn and talk to you one-on-one. It's not fair. I knew you're a sellout. I get that asked all the time when I talk to y'all one-on-one, and everyone thinks that like y'all part of my secret $10,000 guru mastermind. Guys, all you got to do, people really complicate. We're at 55,000 members on the Wholesaling House for Real, Matt. It's just insane. I think we're about to hit 50 when I started the challenge. Now we're at 55,000 people. It is getting kind of insane how many people are joining the mastermind, but 55,000. How many did you go in on here? Let me refresh. Last week, we had a stupid amount of people, right? We had 1,926 new members last week join the mastermind, which is just stupid crazy. That's a clean amount. So pretty cool. And we started the group November 2020. Yeah, I mean, we're like a year and a half in, so that's pretty cool. But basically, you're going to Wholesaling Houses for Real. I might have to clear my cache on here, but basically, just go to the top here, and then you can join me one-on-one and get my link on here. Let it load up. Yeah, I'll let it load. But just go to Wholesaling Houses for Real. The link is literally on there on exactly what to do and how to actually join and do all this stuff. So pretty cool. Guys, just go to Wholesaling Houses for Real. That's where you get all the access and all the information, and you go from there. Let's reload the page. I don't know why it's loading up, but basically to go on there, all you really got to do is just go to Wholesaling Houses for Real. Let me put the link on here, and the link is on the top there. I'll let that load up for a second. And then basically there's a link on the top to actually join and talk to me one-on-one for free. And that's basically it. So let's go. All right. So go to Wholesaling House for Real. Just posted on here. Go to Wholesaling House for Real. www.facebook.com/group/Wholesaling House for Real. Talk to me one-on-one. Join the mastermind, and we're all good. So let's break it down. Starting from the beginning. Let's do some role plays, answer some questions, and see who's ready to go. So let me know in the private chat who wants to do a role play first, or if you just have questions, here to help everyone. Let's see who's kind of down for it. Who's ready to be put in the shark cage? I'm not being mean to anyone. I'm not going to tear you all open, but if you got some experience, I'd love to see how you get going on here. So let me know if you got questions or not, or you're ready for it for the role play or not. So we'll break it down. So first one we got, do Evan. Yo, Evan.
Hi, it's actually Yvonne.
Yvonne. Oh, Yvonne. Some mental thing for me. All right. How's it going, Yvonne?
It's good. How are you?
I'm blessed. So you ready to do some role plays?
Yeah. And then I get some questions afterwards.
Yeah, of course. What's your experience level in wholesaling?
So I actually I'm new, but I have actually done a lot of door-to-door for the last 3 years. So it's just now kind of getting
a lot of what?
Door-to-door. I used to do landscaping and tree care.
All right. That's always fun. What market are you in?
So I'm actually going to probably have to try and go virtual because I'm in Seattle.
Okay.
And everything is $1 million
or
here.
Like, are you in Kings County or like outside of there?
Outside, so a little bit north, so Snohomish County, which is also partially eastern Washington as well.
What county?
Snohomish.
How do I spell that?
Snohomish, I think. Snohomish, yeah.
Okay. We look at your ARV here. Oh wow. Okay, you're by Everett. What's the? Do you know the average? The median sales price there?
I think last time I looked, it was like 400,000.
It says here 775.
Oh, it went up then.
Oh geez. All right. Well, Snohomish, never heard of that. Okay. Washington's got some cheap prices, but not by Seattle. So, okay. So, yeah, probably more virtual is probably kind of up your speed.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I asked you what your experience level to see how, if I can push you or not. Like I see CJ on here. I can push CJ hard because CJ's got some deals. I could push him because I know it's going to help him out. But like, pushing you on some like hard sellers is probably not going to help you out. Obviously, you've probably dealt some thick skin through door to door, but yeah. So let's kind of do some role plays here. Like, so you've never gotten a real estate wholesaling deal, right?
Haven't gotten a deal yet, though.
And how long have you been starting wholesaling or in like that?
I've been doing a lot of research and stuff for about 3 to 4 months now. Actively started calling about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Building
No big deal.
Building up stuff and talking.
I mean, I got my first deal within a month, so
Mhm.
you got to like take that action. But no big deal. We're gonna get going. So let's get. I got some questions for you before we do the role play because I want to see where you're kind of looking to. So you said you're looking more towards virtual wholesaling, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any idea where?
Oh, I've had some places just kind of looking into it. I've looked at like Detroit.
Had 4 months.
Yeah, so I've looked at Toledo, Ohio, Milwaukee, Detroit, and St. Louis, Missouri,
Okay.
as well as south of here, which is also like a Tacoma
Okay.
and so forth.
I don't know Snohomish County too well, but
Mhm.
let me know if there's any cheaper markets around Washington that are close to you within a couple hours. That might be good too.
Well, actually, that's kind of one of my questions. Is I actually went on an appointment over the weekend to look at a place that was only 140 or 180, but it was in Port Angels. It was like a 3-hour drive from here.
Yeah.
And the issue why I wasn't able to really lock up the deal was because it was a really good price. I could agreed with it, but they have a realtor friend that they're dealing with that's in front of the deal. That they don't want any paperwork in front of them, nothing. They just want to deal with the realtor. And the other issue is they had someone come into escrow, but they backed out. So it was like a wholesaler already tried to come, but the deal didn't go through. So they're a little wary. But I only found that out after I talked to them in person at the deal.
Yeah. I mean, if they have the realtor friend, it's not going to work out too well. I'm just looking at your Snohomish County here. Do you live in Snohomish?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, like, have you looked up, like, I'm just looking at these areas, Arlington, Lake Godwin, are any of these cheaper than, like, where you're at?
They have their areas, I should say.
Yeah.
Like
If you,
most of those places, pretty much in Washington's expensive.
there's some cheap, there's some, like, kind of by the coast, but okay.
Mhm.
Just do your research a little more on it, and you can kind of figure out there's some pockets that are really well. Kind of like Miami, Broward County, Palm Beach, like those are really expensive markets, but there's pockets that work really well in there. So I got some secrets on there too. I can share with you, but I would say, in my personal opinion, I think you should probably try local half. Okay.
Okay.
Do the local wholesaling and then spend. I'm just saying, cause you need to just take action.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay?
I do.
No, I'm just going to tell you what to do at this point because you need someone to tell you what to do. I don't know why, but you do. Actually, wait, you've been wholesaling for 3 to 4 months. You haven't talked to me one-on-one once.
I only just found you actually a few days ago, like a week ago.
Okay. Well, you know
Like
what?
2
Fine.
weeks ago is when I
Gotcha.
found you, and I was like, oh, okay, this is the person I need
I
to
would have talked to
listen
you one-on-one for 3 months straight. I would have getting your butt to take action though. And if you're watching me, getting your butt to work. So we're doing half in person. Okay. You're going to find anything under 400K, hopefully within your market. That's within an hour drive. Okay.
Okay.
Are you writing this down?
Yep. Yeah, I got my notebook right here.
Number 2, you're going to spend half your time in Lucas County, Ohio. Okay. That's Toledo's county, Lucas County.
Okay.
And that's where you're going to be focusing on.
Okay.
You're going to be pulling government lists for each of those counties and probably cold calling. Honestly, if you haven't gotten your start, you need to actually put some reps in talking to sellers because it's a little different than door to door to a point. But I think cold calling do you have a budget you want to do, or you got a pretty tight budget?
My only budget is really staying within maybe about $1,500 right now.
Yeah, so not a crazy budget, which fine. I had $300 budget starting out. So We don't have a crate. Like we're not going to go drop $1,000, $2,000 on skip trace. It makes no sense. So I would say, cold calling government lists is probably going to be your best option. That's my opinion. Or reverse driving for dollars. I would reverse drive for dollars in your local market government lists and then cold call in Lucas County. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. And yeah, I think cold calling would be your best one. So that's what I want to practice with you on is the cold calling because I think I'll be your best option out here.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's the cold calling script? Give it to me.
Okay.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hi, good day. Am I speaking to the owner of 123 Main Street?
Yes.
Hi, I was actually calling to kind of find out if you were interested in selling your property.
No.
Yeah, see, once I get a no, I kind of freeze out. Because usually I'm calling FSBOs on, so people are actually wanting to sell their property.
Okay. Well, for sale by owners are fine. Government lists are better. They're way better. But okay, next one, go. Ring, ring, ring.
Hi, good day. I was actually trying to speak to the owner of 123 Main Street.
This is him.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
How are you today?
Who's this?
I'm Yvonne. I was actually wondering if you were interested in selling your property.
No.
You're not? Okay. Well, again, see, I just freeze up at the no.
You froze up on the no. It's fine. You gotta get off the phone when someone says no. So basically, at this point, is no worries. Have a great day. Next one. That's
Okay.
it. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing too nuts. That's what I do. Some people like to do. Do you know anyone else that's looking to sell the property? I've never found a good I've done deals with that. It's not good enough for us. So do it again. We're gonna see how you answer the no.
Okay. Hi, good
Hello?
day. Hi, good day. Is this the owner
Who's
of
this?
123 Main Street? I'm Yvonne. I was actually interested to find out if you're selling your property.
No, I don't own the house.
Oh, okay. Are you like a trustee, an absentee owner? Are you a renter?
What
if
house?
I may ask?
What
the
house?
house at 123 Main Street.
No, I don't own that house.
You don't own the house. Do you know the owner of the house?
No.
Don't? Okay. Well, I apologize for bothering you today. I hope you have a great day.
Have a great one.
Bye.
See? You didn't ask me if I'm the owner. You asked it while I was interrupting you, which happens a lot.
Yeah.
So you have to repeat the question. No big deal, right? All right. One more. Let's go. Hello?
Hi, good day. Am I speaking to the owner of 123 Main Street?
This is him?
Hi. Well, I was actually calling to find out today if you're interested in selling your property.
Possibly. Who is this?
Hi, my name is Yvonne.
What do you want?
Well, I was asking today if you're interested in selling your property. Kind of, why are you interested in
You a
selling it?
realtor?
No. I'm actually just working between me and my partner. We were in the area looking at the house, and we ran across your listing. We were wondering if you're interested in maybe talking to somebody about selling it today.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, are you an investor or something?
Yeah, so it's between myself and my partner.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of like, why are you interested in selling it?
That's kind of personal.
All right. What type of time frame are you kind of looking at selling it if you are interested in selling it to me today?
Probably like 2 or 3 months.
Okay. Why kind of a layoff? Are you still living in it? Are you kind of trying to rehab it or
Yeah,
anything?
I'm looking to move out of state, so I'm probably waiting a couple months to get out of it.
Okay, understood. Well, what I could do is I could leave my number and I can give you a follow-up call in about 2 months and see if you're more interested and ready in selling it at that time. Would that be okay?
Sure.
All right. What's a good name to put down for the appointment?
Zach Ginn.
All right. Well, thanks so much for your time today, Zach. I'll probably give you a call in about 2 months and see if there's a better situation for you.
All right. No worries. Have a great one.
All right. Bye.
Boom. You just lost the deal, Yvonne.
He wasn't ready to sell right now.
He wants to sell in 2 to 3 months.
Yeah. Don't you have a follow-up call?
see what I would have done, what my team does, this is how we destroy a lot of people is, okay, no big deal. Well, we can write something where we can buy the house in 2 to 3 months. So you have something in place that you're selling it for a certain price. So you can actually go and actually find a place.
Okay.
I lock it up. I put on the contract. I agree to buy or sell within 3 months, and boom, I lock it up next week. So the problem is he wants to sell. He was trying to push it. I never gave him my motivation. But if you kept prying and asking a different way, so that you went through the back door, not the front door, and I opened up, right? And so it's hard for me to hide my motivation when you're asking my time frame, right? Because kind of my motivation is connected to this time frame, and I had to tell you. So that was really good from you. If someone wants to sell within 2 to 3 months, that's kind of average, because I'm going to put a 45-day inspection period on the property, right?
Yeah.
So I always lock up the deal. And they can close whenever they want. Never a problem with me.
Okay.
So what would you say if someone's to sell within 2 to 3 months here?
Probably get them to sign something then.
Well, you got to say it in a way. This is something I've said, like, I've had that objection so many times to a point. That's why I like to mock role plays, because like you get that type of objection, which I have not thought to put, but like, that's great looking to sell 2 to 3 months. Well, can you tell me? And then I would have kept asking about, hey, what's the condition of the property? Can you tell me a little bit about the property? Just have them speak a little more so they're a little more comfortable talking to you, because there's always a little confrontation on those calls. And then to a point like, oh, I'm looking to sell in 2 to 3 months. Not now. That's the objection I would have given to you. And then you usually got to go over that with, it's a fine line between, well, we can agree to buy the property and write something up where I can close on it in 2 to 3 months. So you're comfortable right now.
Okay.
Knowing a certain price so you can actually go and find a place and go from there. And they're like, no, I don't want to do that. No big deal. Have a great day. But it's still good to do that. But that works pretty well.
All right.
But yeah, great job on that.
Thanks. And then I guess like my only other question really is when talking to someone, because I was also talking to someone who was selling a house yesterday, but they have multiple properties, and their problem was like they wanted the price that they wanted, like they already rehabbed it. Okay. So the numbers would have been really thin, and I watched the video on like micro wholesaling, but
it's if it's a thin margin, then it won't be. The thing is, for a real estate wholesaling deal, it needs one or two things. I figured out it either has a motivated house or a motivated person. If those things aren't motivated, it's usually not a good real estate wholesaling deal.
Okay.
So either the house is really bad and the person wants to sell for something crazy, I could still make a deal work out of there. And if the person's got a bad situation, the house is fine, I can make a really good deal out of that. I've had vlogs where I have perfectly pristine houses that haven't been touched, but like they're really clean, that I wholesale because the person had a big motivation.
Yeah.
When it's both, it's usually never a deal.
Okay. Yeah, they weren't really motivated, which is kind of why I let them go, because they said they already had an offer on the table, but they just let it go. They didn't try to follow up with the person.
Have you ever played poker?
No.
Okay. Well, sometimes in poker, you just get a bad hand, and like you just can't push it unless you're bluffing, which is never good. But like sometimes you just got to know when to hold up, like just fold it. You just sometimes you're like, it's not worth just going after something. It's never going to be a good chance. Old Kenny Loggins song, but yeah.
And I guess just my last question would just be like, have you been finding a lot of people who've run into kind of bad wholesalers? People who've like their deals fell through. So I'm finding a lot of like secondhand deals that people failed the first time.
Like what? Like a wholesale locked it up?
Like, yeah, they even went as far as escrow and then they backed out. That was one deal. And then the other person was like, I had someone who came through. They tried to get me to sign a contract and I didn't understand it. And I tried to talk to them. I was like, I'm going to be putting down some earnest money. And then they just ghosted me. Like they had really bad experience. I'm guessing, right? Yes.
The FSBOs. Every wholesaler and their mom goes after the FSBO. That's why. It's not a lot. If you go after government list, you're not going to be dealing with that.
Okay.
I make FSBOs work still just because I go hard in the paint on the motivation and I go after really old for sale by owners. What's the criteria of your for sale by owners that you're calling?
I've been kind of basing it off of yours, starting at the oldest, working at least 40 days
That's
on the
good.
market, not trying to go after new people or anything right now.
The problem is you're going to be running out in your local market with that. So you're going to
Oh
find
yeah,
that pretty
this is
fast.
not for my local market.
Okay.
This was
So,
actually hard. The half of virtual wholesaling I was trying out.
okay. I mean, if they dealt the wholesale and it failed, either they wanted too much for the house or the wholesaler just offered too much, or there's really
Mhm.
bad at cash buyers. You got to figure it out. Sometimes a wholesale seller wants to sell for too much, and the wholesaler just locks it up because they're being stupid, and it
Yeah,
ruins the entire deal. I'd go after it, but it has to be at a really good price,
yeah. Okay,
or tell them to list it. You know.
that's true. All right,
All right.
cool.
Well, you got any more questions? Let me know. I'm always here to help.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
No worries. Have a great one.
Same to you. Bye.
Boom. Perfect. All righty. Pretty cool. I'm telling you guys, like it works really, really well when you just have simple conversations with the sellers and you keep your whole thing really simple. So, oh yeah. All right. Next here we got I came from zero. What is up?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? What question you got? How can I help you out?
All right, so I found a property. I kind of messed up speaking with the seller when I made my offer.
Uh-oh.
Man, I know, right? But the ARV is about like 180. It was a for sale by owner. They were asking 110. This is my first time calling for sale by owners too. And then they're asking for 110. I ended up talking them down to 80, and that's what I sent over for the contract. But the only issue is that he has 10K in back taxes.
Okay.
And I kind of fumbled and said, like, we would take care of that because I don't know why I was thinking. Yeah, I know.
Come on, man. Okay. I mean, let's do the math real quick together. So 180.
Mhm.
What's the repairs?
Pardon me?
What are the repairs?
Repairs about 55.
Oof.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I mean, if your numbers are right, you could sell it for 100. I'm guessing.
That's what I was thinking. And then like even in that case, I'd say I could take care of the back taxes on
That's
on
fine.
that.
You
Yeah.
offered it, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're gonna make 10K if you do it right.
I mean,
hey,
I sent it over. I'm just waiting for him to send the DocuSign back, but
not
he
bad.
accepted the 80. So
I think being a man of your word is more important than anything.
yeah.
Make 10K, suck it up. It's a lot. You spent $10,000 learning the lesson, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's a lesson learned.
Did he say? So when you offered 80, did he agree? So he agreed to that?
Well, originally, what I had said was 75.
Okay.
But then I had asked him if we could close like within I said 75, and then he had countered. He said 80, but he was trying to close pretty quick. But then I said if we do 80, you're gonna have to give me 30 days to close it, and that's what he agreed upon. Because originally 75, he wanted like 15 days or something like that. He was trying to get it quick. Yeah.
Honestly, like he's kind of difficult, and I wouldn't beat yourself up over it.
Mhm.
Try to sell it. I mean, that's all you can really do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would sell for. I mean, I think 100's a fair price.
I think
Not
so.
crazy, right? But like, still, not bad.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I was just
Make money. Hey,
just, yeah.
you learn from the mistake. I think a lot of people listening to this will dude. I've made way worse mistakes. Way worse. Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of mistakes. But that stuff I've done when I got to the next deal, I knew what not to say, and that made me millions. So, dude, it's all super valuable stuff. Not a big deal. You gotta remember because he could have said no at 80, right? If he didn't do the back taxes, and then you would have been at 90. So, right? Like, who knows? Like, we don't have a crystal ball, so I wouldn't beat yourself up over it. But yeah, get the thing sold, right? It's better to get the deal under contract than not.
Okay.
Because if you just walked away, you could have lost on that deal.
Okay. So what about when I market it to buyers? Do I mention the back taxes at all, or?
Yeah, you mentioned the back. You do, but you don't at the same time.
Explain.
So to a point, it's like there is 10,000 back taxes, but I'm taking care of it.
Mhm.
Or yeah, you have to, because I could say it's 100, but you have to take care of it. But then they're buying it for 110, and that's too high.
Yeah. Okay.
So just
So
say you're taking care of it. It makes it easier.
okay. So 110 is high, right?
Yeah, I'd say 100.
Okay.
I'm doing 80. Like, what market are you in again?
Houston.
Yeah, I did 80% of that, just being conservative for you.
Well, I had calculated 83%.
Let's do these numbers together. But all right,
Oh, okay. So my bad.
I did 180 minus 55.
I'm sorry. I meant 187. My bad. I apologize on that. I was just looking at my notes right
Oh,
now.
187?
Yeah, 187.
That's actually pretty good. Times 0.8. That's 105. Not bad.
Not bad.
I did 80% to be safe. If we're doing 83%, that's 109. So I would do 110 and just see where they're at 83% and still see. I think there's a lot of cash buyers still.
Mm-hmm.
Why not, right?
Okay.
Houston's kind of there's a lot of buyer activity in Houston, so I think we're still good.
Okay.
I mean, I still know a deal with a hedge fund today. So hedge funds are still buying. They're a little weirder on it. Everyone thinks the market's collapsed. Now, I did some videos on it, but like the market's shifting, it's not collapsing. So, you know what? Do 110. Why not, right? You can always negotiate down to 100, right?
Yeah, facts.
So you can always go down in price when you like list it with a cash buyer. You can never go up.
Yeah,
So, hey, if you sell for 110, that's 20K. Like, who's crying over that, right?
not me.
No. So, I mean, people would die to be at the situation you're at right now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that works, man.
All right. Just make sure that I do mention that it does have, and I will take care of that at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
They won't care though. They just want clean title.
Okay. Awesome.
Honestly, I won't even mention it to the cash buyer
Okay.
because it's the title situation, and taxes are very easy to fix on title.
Okay.
With property taxes. So 10K, that's insane. I mean, you can't negotiate that down. So
yeah.
Actually, you could protest it, but that's a lot of work. So we're not going to get into that right now.
Okay.
Let me talk to Rick. I'm not the Texas expert. Do me a favor on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Hop on the one-on-one and talk to me and Rick. And Rick has actually protested, I think, in Texas before on a virtual deal for us. Ask him; he might be able to help you bring that down to like 5K.
Ooh.
It might be worth it for you.
Oh no, definitely.
Hop on Friday though, okay? Please remind me because I will forget.
Oh no, I got you.
It's definitely it's technically I gotta get the whole legal thing, but I know some lawyers and guys in Texas. Help me out. I'll talk to them. But yes, just remember that. I'll try to help you out.
Okay, awesome, man. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't do the role play. Hold up.
Oh,
You're not getting out of here live. You're not getting out of here live.
Man.
We're gonna renegotiate that situation. Okay, we're gonna see what you can do here. All right.
All right.
All right. Close me.
Ring.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing? Are you the owner of 123 Main Street?
Yeah, we've already talked, so close me.
Okay. So wait, hold on. Explain the roleplay situation again. Sorry.
That deal you just told me.
Okay. So you said how would I renegotiate it?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, let me see here. Okay. Hey, how are you doing, Zach?
Doing good.
Hey, so I was just looking at the property, and I do see that there is some back taxes on there. Does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah, it's behind on some taxes, but I'm getting it sold, so it's fine.
Okay. That's fine. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to play this one out. I'm sorry.
Close me virtually.
Okay. And you're the seller.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hey, so I did pull up the.
I live in Florida. Okay, it's a vacant house.
Okay. Hey, Rick. So I did pull up the information. I did see that we did have some back taxes on there, but that's not an issue at all. Like I said, I'll go ahead and take care of the closing costs. You won't have to worry about any realtor fees. But if you do want me to take care of those back taxes for you, which is not an issue.
I never mentioned the back taxes.
Oh,
what are you offering, man?
Oh,
I never mentioned it.
I thought you were the seller.
I am the seller.
But he told me that.
Why are you offering to buy it?
Oh, man.
Why are you offering to do my back taxes for me?
Oh, so you're acting as if we had never.
No, you act like you know there's back taxes, but it shouldn't be a big deal because it gets taken off your end on the closing, so it'll be fine.
Okay.
You don't have to take care of the guy unless he's like, unless you offered like 60 and I'll take care of it, right? Like, unless it's a really stupid low price that works.
Mhm.
But I don't go offering to do that, right? The only thing I ever go out of my way to offer is the closing costs.
Okay. Okay. Man, I'm not gonna lie. You put me on the spot. I want to embarrass myself some more.
You're not embarrassing yourself. You're getting better.
Okay. So
let's all make fun of let's all make fun of him for having a $20,000 real estate deal he's got under contract. Ooh, yeah. In your face.
so would the way that I would go about it just try to get the price lower without saying that I'm taking care of that, or like how would you
negotiate the best price with me?
Okay.
Explain that you saw there's back taxes, but explain it,
Okay.
What are my options?
Man, so I know we did agree at the 80, but I just did see that there is some back taxes on there.
How does my taxes affect it?
Well, actually, the taxes have to get paid before we can even move forward with the title company.
Okay.
But like
can I just
again,
pay it at closing with my equity?
Oh yeah, we can definitely go ahead and do that. That's not an issue. Oh, can you do that?
So yeah, so you can do that. I gotta check Texas law to a point. If I got a lawyer in the chat, you let me know. But I know in Florida, like the taxes just get paid at closing. So, for example, if let's say we're selling it for, actually you're selling it, you have it under contract for 80, right?
Yeah.
In this situation, to a point, 80 is what you lock it up for, and you sell it for 100. That means the cash buyer gives 100 to title company. Title company gives 20 to you. And then the title company gives 70 to seller, and then they give 10,000 and pay the taxes from there. Okay. You can use your equity to get it. Like, for example, so let's say this guy didn't want to deal with you. He doesn't want to deal with the house anymore. The house would have gotten auctioned off because they didn't pay the taxes, right?
Right.
And let's say auctions off for 100,000. They would have gotten their 10, and they would have given the 90 to the seller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because a lot of people, like that guy probably doesn't have 10K right now to pay it, but he has equity, which they can use. Okay. So it's fine. Like obviously it takes, this is experience, right? You can, at the title, at closing, the taxes get paid, just comes off their proceeds.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Like a code violation, anything like that.
Oh, okay. So okay. Now I get what you're saying. Now it's
no, you're fine, man. So that's how it works. So this is how I'll explain it. Like, hey, Mr. Seller, so I do see you have some back taxes here. No big deal. Sometimes it's an embarrassing spot for the seller. So I don't like rub it in or make it worse, but it is a pain point. No big deal on that. All you got to do is it comes out of your portion at the closing. We can still close very easy. Title should be clean there. Okay. I know you said $80,000, Mr. Seller, but I talked to my partner here and like he was closer to like 70,000.
Man, okay.
You see how I'm not speaking till you react to that 70?
Yeah.
That's how it works. I don't care if I have to pause for you for 5-10 seconds. You're going to get awkward and to say something. Okay, well, 70 or I can't do 70 and go from there.
Oh, that makes sense. Now. My bad on the role play.
No, you're good. Yeah. Like for this example, I would have said, hey, I talked to my partner, Zach, about this because we're talking right now, right? Yeah. You're my partner on this deal. I'm just getting 0%. Okay. So, right. Hey, I talked to Zach. He was close to like 70,000 on this after looking at it. Did you offer 7? No, you just said your partner's at 70 on it, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know about that. It's a little too low, whatever. Well, remember this, Michelle, I have to pay the closing costs. So that's going to cost me some money. And I kind of could put some justification why I'm at 70. Those are just little closing tactics I do. Obviously, you already know this is different in person, right?
Yeah.
I still have closings where I'm just like, why did I say that? Sometimes it happens to the best of us, right? But you have more experience to get better at it. Just so understand with that deal with it. But yeah. Okay. Man, you're good. You're fine.
Appreciate that, man. Thanks so much.
Don't be embarrassed for getting that's still a good deal, man. Don't be embarrassed at all. Man. Are you kidding me?
The role playing on the spot is kind of tough. I'm not going to lie.
Well, let me ask you a question, bro. Okay. Would you rather practice on a real life seller and fumble the bag, or practice with me, get better, and then on a real seller, you know what to say?
Oh, no, I mean, definitely with you. Like what you just taught me just now, like I can't wait.
Right?
Yeah, that's facts.
And dude, if you keep wholesaling, you know how many sellers are behind on taxes, dude. So many.
Yeah.
So you can use that for every single one.
Man, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Let me know if you got any questions, bro. All
I definitely.
right, have a good one. Telling you guys. Woo! Gotta help the people out. Oh, guys, I don't do these role plays to embarrass people or to put you on the spot. But the reason I say this, it is better to practice with me, fail a little, but like still get through it and get better at the end of that than to eventually go out here, practice on a seller and lose the entire deal because you're practicing your sales skills on the seller. I'd rather you practice with me. It is better to practice 3-pointers alone in a gym or with a couple people than behind 50,000 people watching you, right? That is the point here, guys. That is the point. I just, it's, you not want to be practicing on your sellers. It is the worst thing possible. I'm not here to embarrass anyone. If somebody makes fun of you for trying to become a better wholesaler today, you find them and I'll kick them out personally and block them. Okay. They'll not be able to. Okay. We are not here to bring anyone down. We're here to lift everyone up. And hey, maybe it's not fun when you're put on the spot. And I get put on the spot all the time when I do cold call live with you guys, but it makes me a better wholesaler, makes everyone a better wholesaler. But I'm telling you guys, it helps so much. Dom says, I know you have the mindset of being on stream, but don't laugh over the phone with the seller. LOL. I laugh with the sellers all the sneaking time. Are you kidding me? I have to keep the mood light to myself. And I'll laugh with it. I make jokes with the sellers all the time. People have a connection with that. See, that's the biggest difference I think a lot of people have with my sales technique. And a lot of people are like, I'll joke with the seller, but I'll get the seller to laugh with me. Guess what happens? They connect with me a lot better than the sales type person that they got to deal with on the other end of the line. And some of y'all are just too serious. I wore a Miami Heat jersey once, and some people in the comments were like, that's not professional, Zach. I'm like, I've closed so many stinking deals just wearing a regular white t-shirt with a seller because people can relate to it. It's crazy, but I think it's funny. All right. Jaco. Hello. All right. Oh, there you are. What's up, man?
Okay, sounds good. We'll talk soon. Okay. Zach.
How's the cold call?
Hello? Hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Zach. Hey, how are you?
How's the cold call?
It's good. I've been on it all day. I've been calling absentees.
Oh, nice, man.
Dude,
how much equity on those lists?
They're all around like they honestly don't have a cap, but they're all around like 800 to like 2 mil.
I'm talking about how much equity.
Equity as in like how much
Percentage.
value are the properties?
The value of that property divided by how much is owed. The value of the house minus what's owed divided by the property value.
I'm not even
like,
sure.
Okay. Like a house has a $50,000 mortgage and it's worth $100,000. So that's 50% equity.
Oh,
like how did you pull the absentee owner list?
I just hit our title company up and they just pulled it for me and they just said, here's a bunch of absentee owners in these particular zip codes that we're marketing in, because I'm just doing my backyard right now, but my goal is to go virtual like how you guys are doing one day. I think it's like super badass. Yeah, just being a virtual.
Where are you marketing?
Oh, Southern California.
Okay. Where?
Yeah, so mainly in the cities of like the counties of LA, Orange County, and Inland Empire. Those are our main counties that we're just working through. And then,
where do you live?
We live in Claremont, California, kind of next to Rancho Cucamonga, Upland, stuff like that.
Okay, Mr. SoCal. I don't know what you're talking. You're speaking a different language right now.
Yeah. Hey, you guys just went up to San Fran, I heard. How was that?
Rick was in San Fran, not me.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys had went together for some reason.
No.
Oh, very cool. Well, honestly, I just want to commend you guys. You guys are freaking amazing.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Cucamonga. Yes, that is where
Oh, that's Inland Empire.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, okay.
You
No,
ever,
you're
you
not.
ever
That's
seen?
oh snap! You're right next to Ontario.
Yes. Have you ever seen the movie Next Friday?
Nope.
Oh, it's an Ice Cube movie, and that's like where they go in that movie. They go to Rancho Cucamonga.
Hey, that's actually not a bad market, man.
Dude, I'm very grateful to be in this market. That it's my backyard. It's been profitable. I've only gotten 2 deals so far, but I wanted to actually see. You guys have been teaching me so much. I really just wanted to be able to see, what are some new ways that maybe we could set ourselves apart. But I think Rick always tells me the same thing. He's like, it's just, just keep doing it, man. So
yeah, you get that list for free. That's perfect. So
yeah,
the reason I'm asking equity, I didn't know if you pulled like a PropStream list or something like that. So
I haven't used PropStream. Do you recommend me start using it?
I mean, where do you get the last 2 deals?
Door knocking and cold calling lists from my title company.
Okay. Do you like door knocking?
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. It's like,
why don't you reverse drive for dollars instead?
Well, I do actually drive for dollars, and then I also
reverse drive for dollars.
What's reverse drive for dollars?
Bro, have you gone through freewholesaling.com? You've gotten 2 deals.
Not completely. I haven't went through the whole website.
All right, let me blow your mind. All right.
Blow my mind. All
right. I'm about to sell you on a $10,000 course. All right. $1,000 course. All right.
Man,
ready? What if there's a way?
Amazing.
All right. You can door knock every single deal and send a direct mail piece on that deal without doing that. And then leads come to you. And it costs like super cheap.
Is it kind of like Deal Machine?
Kind of $1,000. I'll show you. Leads come to you. And it's the same quality as door knocking. Now, you ready for it?
Tell me.
Reverse drawing for dollars. You get a sticky note. All right. You slap it on the house. And it says like, hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question about the house. Call me. The thing is, you've done drawing for dollars where you get the property, you write down the address, right? And then you got to go home. You got to pay money to skip trace it. Then you got to go call it, right? Yeah. I still love that. But what if you just drive for dollars? You found an ugly house in Ontario, slap a sticky note. This is Jayco. I had a quick question about your house. Give me a call back. Slap it on the house. Now you don't have to cold call anymore. You just slap it on the house and leave.
Wow.
And then they call you back.
And when you when you talk to them and they're calling you.
Did you watch the video I did today?
Yeah, I saw part of it. Not all of it, but part of it.
Right here. Reverse drawing for dollars. You slap the sticky note. You put, hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question. Please call me. You get a high response rate back. They call you back. You say, hey, I was driving around the neighborhood, which you were, and I wanted to know if you were looking to sell it. Me and my partner are looking to buy more houses in the area for cash. It's a way easier conversation than door knocking and cold calling.
Sweet. And that's what, okay, so that script right after, that's what you tell them when they're giving you the inbound call.
No, I'm not looking to sell. No big deal. You slap 200 of those, man. And here's the coolest part. All right. There's no secret. There's a lot of wholesalers in Inland Empire, right? You know that.
Yeah.
You're still getting deals, so you know that it works.
Yeah.
How many people do you think are writing down some of these drawing for dollars addresses? A good amount, right?
Right.
So you've driven for dollars, right? So have you done at least 100?
Oh, yeah.
Out of 100, how many do you think of those people pick up and actually say hello?
Like 10 to 20.
Right? That means there's 80 of them. If you slapped 80 of those sticky notes on the people that didn't answer, I guarantee at least a quarter of those will answer you. That means you're having 25 extra conversations, which is double the drawing for dollars amount that no wholesaler areas are having with those people because they just don't answer those phone calls or they can't skip trace the right number. You're talking to drawing for dollars people that no one else is getting a hold of in your county, which is insane. Dude. You're actually double your efficiency of drawing for dollars by just doing this. And you don't even have to have a conversation with someone. They're just calling you.
Yeah. And it's like, if they don't call you, they don't call you. You don't have to waste your time.
Right? It's like sending direct mail out.
Dude, you're blowing my mind. You know I'm going to go do this today, right?
Well, I wish you went to freewholesaling.com 2 months ago and did it.
I probably have like an extra 3 deals or something, man.
I'm telling you, man. I give as much information as I can. I scream at the rooftops, but this is why you got to hop on the one-on-ones, man.
Dude, you guys have been dropping ridiculous amount of game.
I'm telling you,
very grateful.
I scream at the rooftops because nobody talks about this. I do this in my business and it works. That's why I tell people to do it. These gurus don't do real business. They don't do this because they don't do a real business. I get in trouble every time I say that, but if they're doing this business for real, they would have done it. Now I know some gurus that do this. They don't publicly talk about it because they're scared in the market someone else is going to do it. I figure stuff out. So I'm telling everyone to do it. I just, it's amazing, man. And the worst thing you can do is try it and it fails, right?
Right.
That's it. It's better than drawing for dollars. It's reverse drawing for dollars. And the best part about this, bro, is once you run a real business, I can get a 15-year-old kid from the local high school doing this for me for $15 an hour. I don't need it. Because guess what? Drawing for dollars is great, but I can do this on code violations. I can do this on water shutoffs, fire damage properties, probates, divorce. It's unlimited how many of that you can do.
And for the regards of the divorce list and the probates, I've noticed that the only way I could pull probates for Southern California for some reason is actually with the software or paying someone else to do it, because some certain cities won't even give me the information and certain counties won't give me the information as well. So what do you recommend on that, just to continue?
What list?
Probates.
Have you talked to the city attorney?
I did.
What do they say?
They said that there's certain places that would give me the probates, but certain places won't. And then I actually did get some probates from specific cities, but not the amount of probates that I would like to actually.
Did you get the public dockets of the probates?
No, they just sent me. Well, they did, yes, because it's just how they send it to me. It's very basic. They just send me the address of the place, and then I have to do the skip tracing.
The address is all you need, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Reverse drive for dollars, the address.
Yeah, 100%. That's going down tonight.
Guess what? You reverse drive for dollars, on your way driving there, you find other properties.
100%. And okay, so there's this one property, I think you'd be interested in on this one. So there's this one property where the couple never comes out. They do live there. We don't know if it's if everyone's still alive that is on title. I believe they are, but they've been in this house for a very long time. And when you go into the property, their whole front of their property has a bunch of vegetation on it, and there's all this trash and random items that they've been there for so long. These people are basically hoarders, and the vegetation is growing on the items of the that they just left in the front yard. So I'm like, dang, it's been like that for quite some time. And I pulled their number off of truepeoplesearch.com, and I called every single number multiple times. But the only other way that I could get in contact with them is if I go to another address that they potentially have, but that's all the way in San Diego. So do you think I should just drop them a mailer, or kind of give up on it, or what do you think?
Facebook message the seller.
I looked for them. They weren't there.
They weren't there?
Yeah.
Do you get the heirs or the relatives?
So I looked on I have access to the MLS as well. So I just tried to put the names together on True People Search, and there is one address that I feel like could be a potential heir or relative of the seller or owner of the property. But the only thing I could do is either drive to them or mail. And of course I can't drive that far all the time. I'm usually not in that area because it's pretty far out, but yeah.
Are there emails on truepeoplesearch.com? Their email should be on there.
There was no emails from this particular address, but sometimes, I do see emails on People True.
I mean, I just start sticking out on the door, honestly. No, you said if it's too far, then no. But that's honestly what I do.
Yeah, because the one that it's not necessarily the property that is too far. It's the other address that they potentially could be living at
Put a sticky note on the door.
Okay.
And then no one's going to look at that house for 2 months, but someone's going to come by and look at it. When the owner's in, they're going to call you.
It's so crazy because the front door is non-existent. They actually made it in a certain way because they didn't want people trying to solicitate. So they basically put this barricade to kind of like block the front door. And I guess
they barricade. Duct tape it. I don't care.
Oh no, I'm gonna do that. I just like at the time when I saw it, I was like, oh, how am I gonna talk to these people? Like they have this huge barricade, you know. Now you just open the door for me. It just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there any other like thing that you could recommend for like someone that is, you know, we're primarily working in flips, so that's been the biggest thing. Our main focus is finding houses to flip rather than just wholesale. And I just wholesale properties that
you're flipping right now.
Both, yeah. I wholesale, and then I work with a team that does flips as well.
Okay, I mean, whatever makes the most profit, right?
Right. Yeah, 100%.
If you're in SoCal, anything under $500,000 should sell very quick. I'd be very
100%.
wary flipping anything over $1 million right now in Inland Empire. The higher price points are going to get hurt the most. Because theoretically you're selling on the MLS, right? So I would stay at the medium price point or below.
Okay.
That's my opinion on flipping. I'm still flipping now, but I mean, I'm selling my deals above ask like crazy, but they're lower price points.
I see. Yeah, because right now when we're selling higher than $1 million for most of our properties, but they're still doing well. It's just
they're still doing well. They're going to get worse.
You think so? Because the
higher end always gets hit worse, man, and then just trickles down.
So you kind of stay at that certain price range to be able to be profitable each time and have that kind of sense of security in your mind that, hey, like this is actually going to perform.
No. So what I mean by that is it's really easy to get a real estate wholesaling deal or a house. It's really easy to get a house under market value if it's below the median house price for the city or county. And then it's a lot easier to sell in the MLS. There's a lot more demand for cheaper housing, especially in California, because your whole permitting system's so screwed up there and zoning. So real estate's crazy high. But the point is, affordable housing is more attractive than expensive housing because of the price. So, right?
Yeah.
That's the point. There's more demand, and then I get it for cheaper prices. It makes more sense for me.
No, that makes complete sense. Yeah. I love, I guess my last question before you head to the next person would be, you know, what is a great way to, you know, my bread and butter is right here in my backyard, and I think I'm going to stay like that for a little while. But my goal is this year to start going into other markets virtually. Why? Just for the ability to be remote. I feel like that would be like a goal of mine to be completely
I'm remote and I do a lot of deals locally. I just have a team that does it for me.
Yeah, exactly. That's my goal as well. Like that's why I really respect you and your dad.
I know Rick was in San Francisco.
He said, "Oh, we talked."
You saw him?
No, we talked like on one of our lives. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he told people that. I try to keep him safe over there.
Yeah. Oh man, you know what? I didn't mean to put it on blast right now.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
He's had a couple people hop on him, say hi.
Oh, that's cool.
You're fine.
Yeah. No. He just mentioned it because I think we were actually off of the live, and he was just like, "Hey, yeah."
Okay. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
So the reason why I did virtual is because in my local market, you get to a point where you can't push it more. There's only a certain amount of millions of dollars you can make in a market where there's only 150,000 houses that are eligible for real estate wholesaling deals that are under $500,000. There's under 150,000 homes in my market.
Okay.
So I had a point where I was like, crap, I can only make a certain million type dollars, multi-millions in assignment fees, but I can't make any more marketing extra list. It's like if I'm spending $40K in marketing a month, what if I spend $100K in marketing? With that game, the multiple is not there, but the multiple is in other markets. So I did a lot of virtual wholesaling. That's why I expanded. And then to a point now, I'm mostly doing JV deals just because I have enough followers where people just send us deals, and that's very profitable for me. And that's the third leg I'm doing now. I'm doing it just because it's for expansion. The problem is you need to get your house in order first locally and then start expanding more. There's plenty of deals in your market right now.
Absolutely. And I love that you and your father do that in the regards of like letting people JV with you. I think that's so super cool because you guys are helping out so many people at the same time. And what we're doing over here is I work with a partner that actually markets to women in particular. And what she wants to do is have them learn about, you know, flipping, wholesaling, finding deals, stuff like that, and then bring us those transactions. And in that regard, do you feel like just starting a YouTube channel, like how you and your father did, and just like going at it every day? Because you guys are relentless. You guys have,
bro. I started a YouTube channel to show people. I just recorded my own flips. It's a hobby, bro. This is my hobby.
Wow.
This is not a full-time thing. I spend 2 hours a day on this. I do it for fun.
Super cool.
I put an extra 10 hours a day of work outside of this. I don't do this as a thing. So I don't recommend anyone do a YouTube channel, man. It is not worth it. I did it all for free. And yeah, I mean, I don't think it's worth it. I do whatever you want, man. But I never started a YouTube channel until I was making hundreds of thousands every single month.
I love that. I love that. And that makes sense because then you actually are qualified to tell people things.
Yeah. That's the point.
Yeah, I know. It's not always like that, though. You know that.
I don't really care. I mean, every single deal I've ever put on my YouTube channel, even my first video ever, I showed a contract. I showed the address I bought it for. I showed the price I sold it for. So, yeah, man.
Big respect,
do it
bro.
for the money, man. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. And
whatever you're out of business. So, man, I'm telling you, you get your house in order, do some reverse drawing for dollars, and start scaling up your business.
Absolutely. Consider it done. I'll be staying in touch with you guys. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for your time.
Keep it up, bro. Thank you.
All right, man. Big love.
Oh, appreciate it. Awesome. Yeah, guys, I do this. I do the YouTube thing because I love it. You know, I love helping people out. If I did it for money, I would quit a very long time ago. You know, there's a lot of stories I get from people getting their first deal, learning from me for free, and it's mind blowing actually. So, it gets me pumped up. But yeah, come on, guys. I teach you guys for free. I'm trying to put these gurus out of business because they absolutely just they've annoyed me so much. They're all going out of business. I don't really care. CJ.
What's going on, Zach? How are you?
What's up, man? How's your deal going?
Oh man, it's been crazy. So much has happened since we last talked. So I feel like I broke a couple of the wholesaling commandments that definitely was talked about in freewholesaling.com. I had to change the closing date to benefit our buyer. So we were kind of running out of options as far as buyers to pursue, and the buyer that we were most confident in, he needed us to go back to the seller and extend our close date. So I kind of defaulted 5. So July 5th is when we're going to close. We were going to end up closing on June 30th. But the whole thing was I felt like I was giving up control to the buyer. Like I was getting jerked around. They were kind of like saying, "Hey, this is the terms that we want. You got to go back to the seller."
How much of an assignment fee is it?
Well, it was only going to be $5K. Then I went back and renegotiated with the seller, $10K out of it. And that's, to me, I threw this kid that he kind of backdoor JV'd me. He brought his buyer last minute. I was like, "Hey, you know, I can get 2,000 more out of this deal. Will you just throw it on?" I was like, it's not. I thought we were coming in at this price. It's no difference to me if you sell it to him at $2,000 more. It doesn't mean anything to me. But anyway, I had to go back to the seller to renegotiate these terms. This was after the first amendment that I already drafted.
Okay.
So I already drafted one amendment with them. Then it went to the second one. I ended up having to stay $4,000 in earnest money to go back on that last amendment. Now, I held out till as long as I could to put down that earnest money, but when I put it down, I had the cash buyer immediately wire his. So it was
What's up with that?
our attorney. Oh, sorry, it cut out.
You're good.
But anyway, our attorney spoke to me and he was like, yeah, the wire's here. I had to change the closing agent because they're apparently in a lawsuit with the one that I was going to use to benefit them. And I was like, this is just like terrible. I'm like breaking all the commandments here. I'm not using my attorney. I'm having to do all this different stuff pretty much just to get this deal done. Now, here's the thing. They're using like my second or third choice attorney.
Okay.
They definitely not my go-to, but a reputable space. The problem with that attorney is they don't do the blind HUDs. It's whereas my attorney does. They refuse to do one. That's the only reason I don't like using them. Now my seller, he's a tough cookie. He pretty much, when I went back after I already had negotiated the discount with him, he pretty much like cut me off at that point. He was like, man, I know what you're doing. You know, I was thinking you were flipping it. I know you mentioned that you would wholesale it, but I'm like 100% confident you're a straw hat man. And I was like, oh God, this is just kind of blowing up. But anyway, my buddy that I referenced in kind of our initial time I hopped on and talked with you, he actually saved my deal. He knew the buyer personally, and he said this buyer was kind of sketching me out a little bit. He was being a little flaky he wanted me to change all these different terms to suit him. And so my buddy called him on the phone and was like, hey, this is my good friend. I want to make sure this is actually a legit deal. He's about to put a lot of earnest money down. I do a lot of deals in this town, and this will burn our relationship if you burn him. And so he kind of clutched up for me, made sure that the cash buyer was like really, really vetted. So we're all good there, but we closed July 5th. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be a winner in the challenge, but I definitely am a winner in real life, being able to at least make this happen.
There's a lot going on here, man.
Right. Yeah, this is like, that was the most stressful stretch 3 days that I've ever had, because the buyer was going to initially just back out if I couldn't get those terms done by the end of the day. So I was like running over to the seller, having them hand DocuSign it. We were dealing with a spouse in a different state, having to send that document all the way over, taking 30 minutes for her to sign it. And it was just like it was so much going on to get that thing done. I was having to draft different amendments. Here I am thinking I'm a lawyer, like having to type it all up. And anyway, all that ended up working. A couple questions that I have for you before we can role play, or I don't know if you have to get off. But my first question is, when we're dealing with the probates, right? And we're doing mailing, and maybe this question's answered. When they respond to your letter and they essentially say, hey, CJ, I got your letter. We wanted to let you know that we just did it on the market if you're interested.
Did a what?
Now, is that so the essentially we mailed a probate letter, and we've been getting response that's like, hey, that's awesome that you're interested. We actually just listed it on the market.
Okay.
Is that pretty common?
Yeah, it's pretty common because realtors send letters just like that.
Right.
But the first thing an average person outside of real estate thinks of when they need to sell a house is, let me call a realtor. That's fine, right? 95% of deals are sold on the MLS, right? So right. I don't really care. Usually that's houses even motivated. They're already doing you a service. So that's fine. Are you using the free one at freewholesaling.com that works, Scott?
Yep. So we just did that. I will say I have like a handwriting machine that I bought for another business, and we were doing that, but then I heard you guys talk and say the numbers don't really support the the higher response rate. At least in this industry, I don't think it does, except on the envelope.
Envelope, and then
right.
sign your name on the bottom.
Right. Okay.
You're good to go.
That's what we have right now, but I have a handwriting machine, and it was taking like 5 hours to about 20 of them.
Yeah, no, not worth it, man. The letter though on the front, yes. Let me talk about this deal real quick because a lot of the stuff I could have helped you out with, but I don't do the one-on-ones every day, so I get it. Number one, I remember thinking you locked this up for a little higher than you were comfortable with, right?
Right. Yeah, we went in.
So
he wanted 145. I came back. We ended up, or I'm sorry, he wanted 150.
Savvy,
we ended up coming back at 140. What was that?
He's pretty savvy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, not every seller's like that. This was a mess because of two things. Basically, two laws of cash buyers. A cash buy, it is hard to find out the dispo deal when either two things, right? If either you locked it up too high or if you haven't talked to enough cash buyers. Right. You talked to a lot of cash buyers. What does that mean? You definitely locked it up a little too high. And I think you know that. So you had to go with a lot of cash buyers and you found the one that's going to technically overpay for it. The problem is when does someone jerk you around? A cash buyer jerks you around because you're their only option. And why are they their only option? Because you locked it up too high.
Right.
The root of the problem is you locked it up too high. It is better to go through all this stress and get the deal than not to do the deal. It all came. You just locked it up too high, but you got the deal either way. So your guy's going to be savvy. He's going to read the HUD. He's going to know you make an assignment fee. At the end of the day, if he comes back to you, calls you on closing day, oh, blah, 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 you're getting the money you agreed at closing, right? At the end of the day. He agreed to sell it for this price, and you're a man of your word still. You didn't go at the end of the day and try to extend. You extended him. No big deal. This happens in real estate all the time. I have one deal locked up. They're trying to extend it. I kind of cut it off because I said, you're not getting your EMD if you got, no, it's fine. But on that deal, you just locked it up for too high. And he's getting the money he agreed to. You're closing on the 5th. You're good to go. You're going to make your 10K. It's fine. It's still, the stress is still worth it because you're getting the money, right?
Right.
It's $10,000 extra dollars that better than zero. So that's
now,
it,
how often do you guys pick up your EMD right when the cash buyer drops theirs off? Do you guys have it so that you or work within that with just giving you your earnest money back immediately?
Let me give you a secret. I think everyone watching this is going to be a great one. This is a great secret. This is my favorite. So I love gurus because there's my favorite. They will go buy a house and then they'll sell the house, or they'll do an assignment where they're making $20,000 on it and they have a $1,000 EMD. What happens is, this happens to me. I've done this on my vlogs where I'll get a $25,000 deal. I'll go pick up the title company. I'll get a check for my $25,000 assignment fee and then a check for $1,000 in my earnest money deposit. These gurus will do a $10,000 earnest money deposit, make like $1,000 on the deal, and then flaunt the check as if it's their assignment. It's really your EMD. I usually just get a check. You get it wired back to you, but I pick it up when I get my assignment fee.
Okay.
$4,000's insane, but for the 10K, it's worth it. I get it. The root of your problem is you just locked it up for too high because your seller wasn't motivated enough, but you found equity in it and it worked. So this is a big lesson, but between you and me, bro, I would have done the same exact thing.
Yeah, it was, I had to do it. I was sitting there. I was like, only, what would you say? 15% of deals don't make it to close or somewhere in there.
If you do it right. Yeah.
Sitting there, I'm running the numbers in my head. I'm like, put $4,000 down, my spread on my earnest money deposit and theirs is $1,000. There's 15% chance this doesn't happen. And I'm like, I got to go deposit this immediately. That's the process in my head. Right.
So, you know what? I take the 10K over. I've done like 3 or 4 $1,000 deals this year. Just cause, why not? It's either I could have gotten the deal or not. and I have an acquisitions team, right? Why not do it, right? Like they're all virtual, but like it's $4,000 extra, right? You know, it's not much money, but at least I can pay my guys that, you know. So I'll still take those deals all day, man.
And what I'm finding is, and I think you guys have a video, easy back to negotiate with the seller than I originally thought. I thought I lost the deal for sure when I was getting cash buyers coming to me and saying like, "Hey, CJ, between you and I, you locked this thing up too high. Like you're not going to be able to get rid of it." And here I am sweating it out, saying, "Man, now I got to go call my seller." I went back to him. That first amendment that we drafted, he did it in 30 seconds. It was like, "Hey, you know, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to increase my earnest money deposit at the time to 2,000." That's what he wanted then. And we signed that thing in 20 minutes time. And then it was after I went back again, oh my gosh, he was like, "I'll let this thing blow up, man."
Have you ever played Minesweeper?
Yeah, yep, sure.
It's like Minesweeper. You hit it, fine. Hit again, push. That's what you did.
Right.
Renegotiating is just like Minesweeper. Most of the time it's gonna be fine, but if you click the wrong one, man, the wrong seller, it's gonna blow up on you. That's it, right? Everyone asks me, should I renegotiate? I'm like, there's a high chance you'll be okay with it, but there's also a small chance it's going to blow up on you. It's not worth the risk, right? And
no, that's true.
And so I would do 100% of 10K, then do a 60% chance of 20 all day of the week. I'm a numbers guy.
No, that's true.
And that's the way I look at renegotiating. So, I mean, that was kind of risky going from 5 to 10K, but you know, you got some cojones, dude. That took a lot of risk, but you got it, man. Well, you're good.
If we're being honest, there's no way I would have done it if it was just me on the deal. But since I have Brooklyn on it too, I feel obligated to kind of make it as big as I can to help her out as well. But I would have just been totally fine where I was at with it.
That's good. I'm glad you all made it through that together.
Right. Well, almost, right? We got July 5th. I'm thinking also, like, what a terrible time. The craziest stuff happens on July 4th, July 5th. You know, what are the odds this guy just oversleeps? You know?
Well, he's got to sign the day before and wire it the day before. So technically, bro, he actually has, since July 4th's on Monday, he has to wire on Friday.
Okay.
Right?
Well, I don't see I don't know how that works, if we're being honest.
Well, guess what we're going to do, since we're being honest.
Right.
You are going to be calling the title company and getting the whole process understood with them. I know the attorney, my bad. You're in South Carolina. And just make sure, hey, when is you're just going to ask, not being prying, but hey, when is the cash buyer wiring? Are they wiring the day before? Just to make sure everything's fine. Yes, they are wiring the day before. Well, since it's a business day, are they going to wire it Friday? Yes. Can I get confirmation on the wire? So I can tell the seller when I go, right? Just ask questions like, just so you know, make sure the seller's all good. They're asking questions, right?
Okay.
And you can be stupid too. Like, hey, my seller asked me when we're wiring the money. Are we doing it a day before? And they want to get confirmation from me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you should know by Friday.
Okay. Yeah, I have full confidence in my buyer right now, just because I had my buddy throw his name out there and really make sure he wasn't gonna mess around essentially. But I just concerned about the seller. But anyway, I don't want to throw too much out there and jinx myself on it.
No, don't jinx yourself.
If you have time, I'm ready. I can do some role playing if you
renegotiate with me.
You want me to renegotiate?
Yeah, let me hear what you said.
All right, so I would say, so I have a lot of dirt in on the deal, so I know a lot that gave me kind of reason to renegotiate. Is that cool if I come in with kind of that understanding?
Don't say any personal names or anything. I don't need to get this deal public, but yeah.
So you want me to go with you?
Go. Let's go.
All right. Ring, ring.
Hello. Hi. This is Mr. Seller.
Hey, Mr. Seller. How are you?
Good.
Hey, good. Yeah, I was just calling you. Want was thinking about the deal, running some numbers over in my head, and I know that at first we kind of agreed at 130,000, but I was looking it over with my team, and I want to be straight to the point with you. I think that 130 is a little bit too high, and we might not be able to make that happen. We run the numbers, and the reason why we might have to back out, it looks like we're going to have to do probably lift the house out of the flood zone. It's going to cost probably $25,000. Now, do you know the house was in a flood zone, Mr. Seller?
No.
No. Yeah, see, I didn't know either at the time, but that's kind of a big deal breaker for us. Have you've seen them lift houses up before, right? How they
Yeah.
throw the boxes under them. Yeah, it's pretty expensive process. But anyway, just getting down to it, it's looking like we're gonna need to work with a figure more around 100,000. Is that something that you can work with, Mr. Seller?
No.
No,
Can't go
100, 100's off the table.
No.
All
It
right.
costs
So,
$30,000 to lift the house.
well, let me ask you this: what's it going to take to move forward with this? So, we're not really going to be able to work with the original 130,000.
Okay. How much does
So,
it cost you to lift the house?
we're thinking right now we've run some quotes on it, anywhere from, depending on how much we need to raise it, because technically the flood zone that you're in, there's no reference to how much that you need to raise it that will meet code. It's in one of those, I think what it's called, uh, base flood elevation zone. Anyway, it's not that important. But anyway, the amount that we have to raise the home is kind of up in the air, but we definitely have to raise it about 1 to 2 feet. So that's going to cost us anywhere about $20,000 is kind of what we've been running the numbers on, gathering quotes on it. So I mean, bottom number that we could really work with is like 110, maybe 115,000 if we run our numbers really tight.
Okay, I'll do 115.
115?
Yeah.
All right, so then I would go
You just
through
gave
with
up
it
$5
then.
grand, man.
I know. I was waiting for you to punch back with me because you just
Power
said
of
yes.
pauses, bro. It's the power of pauses.
No, you're right. Absolutely. I was waiting for you to say that, haha, I told you so, because you just immediately agreed. I was like, damn
But
it, I
guess
fell
what?
right for the trap.
Because you know why you said that? Ready? Next time you talk to someone, you're going to remember this and be like, crap, don't say it. And it's going to save you $5 grand. So I just save you $5 grand by doing that.
Because he
CJ,
would have taken 110.
Yeah. You said 115. So I'm like, fine. Seller does the same thing. Hey, I'm looking to sell for 110, 100. Just picked up 100, right?
Right.
You really like playing Minesweeper, don't you, man?
What
if I told you my uncle works for a flood insurance company? He's going to come look at the house and let me know, and then it blows up on you.
See,
I don't know about real,
at that point, I would run it. I would say let's kind of go for it. But
here's my problem, man. I'm not an expert on rehabbing houses like insanely. Like I flip a lot of houses, but a lot of it's very cosmetic. Redo a drywall, termites, roof. Like I'm not the structural issue type guy. When it comes to lifting flood zone type houses, that's not my area of expertise. And I know it's not your area of expertise.
right.
The problem is you never know, right? You could be, the guy's uncle could work for an insurance company, right?
Right. No,
Gotta be very, very, very careful, right? I don't mess with that. I don't like messing with law things too much because everyone's got an uncle lawyer. Everyone's got an uncle realtor. You're playing Minesweeper there, man. It's pretty good. You just gotta be careful with the flood thing because maybe he might know about flooding and stuff. Oh, my neighbor, I'll talk to him because they don't have I don't know what to say there too. But I've had people cut me off and say something crazy. I'm like, oh shoot, right?
See, I did my research ahead of time when I called him, and just for reference, that renegotiation call lasted about 50 minutes.
Oh my God.
So I was sitting there on the phone. I was like, hey, Mr. Seller, come on. You got to understand my point here. I can't make these numbers work. And basically I boxed him in. Wolf of Wall Street style. Like logically, he was he was here. I mean, as tight as I could. And we got to a point, you know, just like in the movie where he's like, and pause, and the first person that talks loses. I was running that over in my head. And
Well, have you ever read the straight line selling system?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
So
But,
do you know the 3 levels of selling?
what is it? Unconscious.
No, not that. So there's 3 reasons somebody sells to a point. There's 3 levels.
Broke up a little bit.
You're good. There's 3 levels. There is emotional selling, which is number 1. If they're not selling emotionally, they're selling for logic or fear. That's how you sell. Emotion, logic, fear. This guy's not emotional, right? He's purely logic.
Oh,
so he's not number 1. A lot of motivated sellers are off all emotion, right? Because of their situation. That's where most of them are. So you sell them on the emotion part. You can get it, you get out of this mess. 2 is this guy's logic, right? The problem here is if they're too boxed in on logic, you might have to go to fear, which is more of the seller side. Hey, I'm buying like 10 more houses. This is too much, but you could always go the fear route of, hey, I don't know if I can be able to buy this house if you don't make a decision right now. Honestly, when I renegotiate, man, I don't do a lot of it anymore, but I always go with, hey, we got to be at this price. Shut up.
See, that's how he was. That he basically told me, he said, CJ, let's not play any games. Tell me what you want out of this, and I'll tell you yes or no.
What did he say? What did he say?
Yeah, that's when, after that whole 50 minutes that we went, every other time I talked to him, I was like, Mr. Seller, this is what it is. Are we making it happen? And he's like, yep. Or he's nope. And I was like, all right,
That's
see ya,
it.
bye-bye. But
have you ever watched Parks and Rec?
No.
No, I'm trying to think of a character that's like all logic. There's guys like that are all like to the point, right?
Right.
That's how they are. They're not emotional. They're hard to crack jokes with. They're just super serious all the time.
Right.
And you got to understand that archetype of a person.
Yeah, he was tough. During that call, this was on my final offer with him when I actually brought him down to 130. There was probably a 2-minute, I kid you not, 2-minute pause between he and I. I gave him mine. He was waiting for me to jump back and start saying, maybe we could do 132, 133, but I was 130. We sat there. I remember Brooklyn's in the room. I hit mute and I'm like, I'm going to sit here all day and not say anything until he says something first. And yep, the suspense just went and he came back and we made it happen.
That's it, man.
Oh yeah.
That's good, man. This is a great experience for you. I'm just letting you, it's a great experience. You already know you locked up a little higher than usual, and that's why you had to deal with the mess. So at least we already know why you're going through it. The worst is like you don't understand why. So, you decided to play the game and it worked. So let's get this thing done July 5th, man. We'll celebrate. It'll be fun. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Zach. Appreciate you and Rick. Thank you, guys.
Great one. Boom! Let's get it. Good job for CJ out here. 10K. Give a shout out to CJ and Brooklyn together as a tag team. 10K together. Not just CJ on here. So awesome. I'm telling you, that's powerful stuff, guys. Like usually you always lock up a little too high. That's always the issue. I see a lot of people in wholesaling do, but it's always worth it, guys, when you actually go out here and put in the effort. A little stressful, some of those deals, but if you just get through it, it is always worth it, guys. Always, always, always worth it. So, guys, do me a favor. Check out freewholesaling.com. That's how you hop on there. Corey says, finally made it to a live, locked up a portfolio of 4 fully rented duplex today. Rapport is key when talking to sellers. Corey's destroying it. We got to get Corey out here on a podcast. Oh my gosh, he's doing so well. I got to get him on the podcast. I've been trying to get him for a little bit, but he's a busy dude. I'm busy. So we'll get it going, guys. So do me a big favor. Go to freewholesaling.com. Check it out. Announcements. So next live will be on Friday, July 1st. We're going to finish out on some videos on the wholesaling challenge. We want to kind of break down, do the full roundabout in the entire wholesaling process. Today's kind of a recap of talking to sellers. Tomorrow, the next day, all the way till Thursday, we're going to do some more recorded videos for the challenge here on the Flip with Herc YouTube channel. Go to freewholesaling.com for the recap of all of it, but it's all going to be in there at freewholesaling.com. basically there. And then Friday, we're doing a live. And then back on next week, regular live schedules. Rick's coming back. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days a week. Live streams are going to be basically back. A lot of traveling. We had a lot of fun, but back to the live streams here and chilling. I'm doing some more traveling in August, but we'll still do our live. So schedule's basically going to be the same for a very long time. So next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday live streams. Live stream Friday, giving away PropStream. Email support at flipwithrick.com if you are a winner. Just show your proof that you got the thing under contract, and we'll hop it on there. Since CJ has an assignment locked up, CJ actually is a winner. If you do it locked up, so he'll be fine on there. So he's got to actually, he'll be a winner on there. So guys, lock it up. You got your first deal. Email support at flipwithrick.com, and we're giving away free PropStream, a lot of other stuff. So guys, do me a favor, smash that like button and subscribe, and